I've been blessed to be a part of, so yes.
How close is this group? And piggyback question is, how close is this group to maximizing its physical ability?
That's a good question. I think we've got a really good group, talented group, a young group with an influx of some guys that we brought in this off season from different places, and I think we've started to gel a little bit as far as the talent level of guys knowing assignments and those kind of things and getting the most out of them from week to week. We've got a couple guys that are coming back from injury that we're enthusiastic about getting back, and just finding those roles for them from week to week. So it's a blessing that we've got the group that we've got, and the attitude and their work ethic and the things that they put in for preparation has been very good so far. And we just look to keep improving upon that and still using their talents in different areas. We've had different players playing different positions. We've asked them to do certain things and they've been able to do it. So I think putting it all together, I think what you start to see is the preparation, the belief in one another, the trust in one another. All those things are key ingredients for what we're trying to build defensively. I think those guys are doing a great job of it.
Are you still figuring out with each other things that you can do with the different pieces to maximize the whole, or do you think you really have a handle?
No, I think Dan came in with a good plan and as we learned the players of what we were asking them to do schematically, I think he came in with an outline of what he wanted it to look like. And we've kind of grown as we've come along and looked at the players and what we're asking them to do and looked at the different situations defensively that we've gotten against our offense at practice, which is as hard as it gets going against them at practice. And we've had to adapt some things to the abilities of the players and what we're asking them to do. And I think it's coming together well, and I think we'll continue to grow. I think there'll be some things as we go down the stretch that we'll add and delete, and that's just how the season goes. So we're excited about it. I tell you, when I coached LeVar Arrington in Washington, he was kind of that role. In base defense, he was a Sam linebacker. In the sub defense, he could be a Mike, and then in a third down, he was a rusher. So I've had some experience with guys, in the past that have done that. We did the same thing when I was coaching Junior Seau in Miami. He wore a lot of different hats. But I tell you, Mike has really done a nice job embracing the challenge of learning all the different techniques and the different position groups that we've asked him. And, we just look forward to keep growing with him and seeing his skill set continue to improve. And he's the type of person that'll work hard to get better. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to be the best, and he's got to work and just keep working through it. I think he'll continue to get better as we go down the road.
Micah and DQ have both mentioned how he'll be either with linebackers or defensive line, and then whoever he misses will go meet with you or DQ after one-on-one. What are those conversations like when you're catching him up on a position journey?
Well, it's not necessarily catching them up. I mean, it's kind of like the way we're teaching it, we're teaching concepts, and you apply those concepts from week to week to the game plan and to the situation that we're in. So he's pretty involved in everything that we're doing. So it's not necessarily catching up. But we do split time with him in different meetings. We split time with him in practice and different drills just to try to get him the looks that get him prepared, to go perform on Sunday at the end of the day.
Product knowledge first than anybody else on the staff. How is he like and/or different from and better than when you work with him in Minnesota?
Yeah, he's grown up a lot. I'd say from my time in Minnesota, you can just see the maturity level, his concentration and focus on, his task and, having a voice in the room, being able to communicate out on the field. He's really grown a lot, and it's showing in his play. He knows, what to anticipate. It goes with his preparation from game to game. It goes with his preparation at practice. So he's doing a great job of communicating, and it's good to see that he's matured and grown as much as he's had and making good decisions on the field, off the field. So you love to see a player, especially when you've seen him grow up as a youngster and see him develop into the player that he's become now. So we're excited about him and look forward moving forward with him. Hi? I tell you, they that's hard to say. I mean, I've been blessed to have coached some really good linebackers over my time. the groups that I've been with, but this group, the versatility with it is as good as I've been around. So from that point of it, I'm excited about it and looking to continue to see them grow as we keep moving forward here during the season.
Michael wasn't happy with his efforts Sunday against the Patriots. What does it say about him that he wants to get better?
He wants to make every play, and things aren't set up that way. The plays will come to you. So he's just got to concentrate and focus on opportunities that he does have, and when he gets those opportunities, make the most of them at the end of the day.
How much is that? Can you have this conversation with him in the meeting room to say, okay, it's okay you didn't make this play, to calm him down and say, let's worry about the next one?
Yeah, I'm pretty blunt about how I feel about it when it goes off. So I think we're on the same page when it comes to discussions about what we're trying to get done schematically and what we're asking him to do.
You said that Curse is bound. He's a guy that's matured a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He still plays with that swagger. He still plays with
Right.
that edge.
Yep.
Is that part of it where you can balance, still be that guy on the field, but do it the right way?
No question about it. And I think that's a big part of where he is right now in his career, that he's got that balance going and he's getting the most out of his ability from day to day, which is helping him when we get the games. He's getting the most out of his opportunities. So I'm excited for him. He's doing a good job for us thus far.
And one more thing about, you said LeVar and Junior Seau. Did you have them as rookies?
No, I had LeVar. He was probably about his third year, I think it was.
So what Mike is doing, you comparing him that way as a rookie, how impressive is that?
Very impressive. I mean, for the number of hats that he wears going into a game is very impressive. The things that we ask him to do and the things that he's capable of doing is very impressive. Yeah. All right. We're good? All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ma'am.
I guess it really speaks to the affection that teammates have for AB.
I'm so happy that you mentioned that because Trey is having an outstanding year. Outstanding year. Can't take that from him. But if you look at Mr. Brown's play, Mr. Brown is playing some hell of a football right now. He's doing a really good job and may be one of the most consistent guys on the defense.
Consistent in what? Can you walk us through that a little bit more and just what he does so well?
Just coverage. Just coverage. If you turn the tape on, it's coverage. It's covering this guy. Everybody's gonna get beat here and there, play the position, but he wins way more than he loses. And as a coach, all you can ask for is consistency, and contested throws when you're in man-to-man coverage or when you're in a fire zone or whatever the case may be. If you turn the tape on, you'll see that time in and time out.
People always talk about cornerback being a really physically hard position to play. How hard is the mental aspect of it? I'm thinking about AB when I say this because he's very consistent and has had a good season, but people on the outside will criticize you if you lose twice in a game. How hard is it to fight against the mental aspect of that?
Well, that part of it, man, you gotta look kind of like a golfer. You know what I mean? The only shot as important as the next shot. You know what I mean? If you had a bad shot here, you can't keep thinking about that. If you have a bad rep, you can't keep thinking about that one. That one's gone. But that's where it helps. Throughout my playing time, I had a coach that played the position. So times to where I would make linger on the play, that expertise would be that he'd be like, hey man, look, that one's gone. So that's what I do to these guys. Like, look, that one's gone. Let's focus on the next one. And they've been doing a great job of it.
How that exercise that GQ ran, where everyone wrote down their role and then passed around the piece of paper and told each other what roles they wanted from them. How do you think that exercise helped your team, or what did it do for the guys?
Awesome. I thought that was awesome for the coaches and the players. Because now you know. You don't have to guess. You know exactly